Oh, it feels so good to be cool again.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Let's see, they're bringing in pollen.
Yep.
And not everything's shut down. You know what's funny about this new cart? It likes to roll.
Oh, it does?
So if I don't set my other one, if I sat in it, it didn't move. But this one here, if I'm not careful, the damn thing wants to take off on me. So, at the Idaho Fair is our yellow queen that we took out of this hive, the queen cell, remember? We had that queen cell and we put it down there.
Uh-huh.
So I shipped it off to the Idaho Fair. She's about that damn long, as yellow as can be, and she's got a fluorescent green dot on her. When you see her on a comb, you go, whoa! Mm. She looks really nice. So go set the lid off, put the inner cover, set the top box off first.
Okay.
We'll just look through the bottom and see if we've got any improvement in what we've been seeing, okay? So what did we have last week?
You're down 5.
We're down 5 pounds?
80 to 75. Yeah.
80 to 75. That's not enough honey for winter. How many frames of brood did we have last week? 6 frames of brood, 14 bees, okay.
The other one lost 5 as well.
Yeah.
Only it's lighter than this one. You ready?
Yeah. Okay, smoke our holes up there. We're gonna take, this hive lost 5 pounds today.
Now, you want to leave the top on when I set it over,
Yeah,
right?
you can. So it's a little trick I do for my hives. At this time of year, this is a good thing to do. Leave your lid on if you're just gonna take your top box off and set it over there. Those bees that are in the second box are gonna leave us alone, okay? So now look at here, we got pretty good coverage, but one thing that could be a little disturbing is look at how many bees we got in there. I mean, we got a lot of bees sitting up on the top bars, so John's gonna push them down. Jim's our photographer today. Larry thinks he's a judge, so he's over to Idaho judging for Scott. So we'll get a quick look in here and see what we got going on, and won't take us long to go through this one today. We're coming up into some cool weather, and if you got a heavy mite load, you might be thinking about what you're going to do for treatment. The first treatment we usually put on, take the far one off. Yeah. Yeah. And you might get some formic. I don't have any formic on hand right now, but it did come into Western Bee, so I'll get some next week. So look at that nice little piece of pollen walking around on there. Well, we're seeing a little pollen on the bees coming in on the front porch. Now that's a frame on the outside that's got brood on it. And no queen on that side.
Okay.
And whoa, that's pretty nice coverage there. I think they're starting to anticipate the change in weather.
They're just starting to cap that off.
Yeah, we got lots of larvae down around here on the bottom. John's got right here, see that? But look at how nice and gentle they are. Now they wouldn't be this way if you remember that smoky day we had earlier this week. They'd be lighting us up right now. They do, put it over there by his feet, not ours.
What's the matter?
You don't want it next to you, huh, Jerry?
Yeah, he has little shoes on, you know. Matter.
He's got long pants on today. I mean, that's his concession.
Yeah, his concession to the whole weekend is long pants. Okay, that looks pretty nice too. See these little spots on these bees here? Then in the fall, they'll get those. A little white spot on them. And there's another one with one. And here's one right here. Look at them going around cleaning cells. They're doing a really nice job there. Doesn't look like we got a lot of hatch out here. They're just cleaning and getting ready. So she's,
looks like
she's not on this side of the frame, or they'd already be cleaned out. Let's see what we got here.
No, that's got a larva in there as well.
Yeah, now see, we had a hatch out in there in the middle, so see that? Pretty nice. Now, one of the problems you have sometimes is the bees are not drawing the comb down there. A lot of times if I'm having a problem with that, I'll move those frames up into the second box, but that really isn't an option for us in this hive this year. We still got undrawn comb up there, I think, guessing. Look at that, we got a traditional smoker today.
Yeah.
Guys, behind the times, my God.
Jim had to go back to his as well. He couldn't use this newfangled one. Now there's one that's just.
Look at that. Again, the white dots on the top of the heads. I have no idea why. I see them every year.
I think it's pollen.
Yeah, I do too. I think there's a little pollen on there.
There's something that they're getting into, and
it's white.
It's white. Yep.
And now look at, see, they're cleaning cells in here religiously. Yeah, we've seen very aggressive cell cleaning day. Look at over here. Look at this. Look at all these bees cleaning. That's excellent. So let's check the other side here, see if we got anything.
That's just full.
Nice and full, man. Look at that. What is that? Frame number 2, a brood? It's 3 frames of brood now.
No, I got one.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah. I don't see her. Okay. Okay, now this is interesting. Now look at what happened here. They're dumping pollen in here pretty religiously as it's hatching out. You can see bees over here are starting to hatch out. I saw one peeking its head out. And yeah, right there. See it working its way out? Look at that, really nice. And no sign of El Quino. This one has been a stubborn queen to find every week. So what are you doing on my hand? Okay, I don't see, what do we got in the middle there? Do we got any eggs? I'm looking to see if we're getting close to her. Nope, they're dumping pollen. Interesting. I got a sneak.
They're getting ready to, all their winter bees.
Yep, they're getting ready.
They're gonna need all that pollen.
Yep. This time of year, you're looking for a buildup in pollen. So we're doing real lucky. See right here, here's a little speck of pollen that fell off. But it happens sometimes when you lift a frame up and they're dumping pollen in it, and all of a sudden you...
Oh, not much there.
Nope.
This side looks better.
Yeah. Now remember, we moved that other one over there to face that, and they didn't draw one little speck on that, did they?
Turn that around when you put it back in.
Okay. So we got 4.5 frames of brood here. Yeah, it's a pretty weak half here.
Yeah.
But a lot of larvae in there.
Yeah, it looked like she filled everything that was available to her.
Yeah. Well, I don't see her on that side, but look at how nice they're covering the frame. They're pretty serious. We got quite a bit of hatch out going over here. I don't see that she's laid back through, so I don't think we're gonna find her here. Let's look on the other side real quick.
Nope.
Nope.
No eggs or larvae either.
No. Don't see anything there. So she hasn't laid back through. So that's hatching out and she's laying back through. Or hasn't laid back through, so.
That's
Yep.
all honey.
Okay.
And that's all.
Yeah, she's not doing anything on there. But yesterday when I was looking for that queen for the Idaho Fair, sure enough, I found her on the honey frame right at the bottom, right down here, walking the rim.
We pulled supers off Jim's hive
Yeah.
and found his queen at the top bar of the top super.
Thank God I had a pink dot on her.
That's a good size.
I pulled the
chunk of
lid
pollen.
off and there she was.
Look at that. John just noticed that. See how nice and big pollen it is? That's really good. So they're still getting some pretty good pollen. Okay.
All right.
All right, let's look at our other one here real quick.
Yeah, we need to be a little quick. It's starting to rain.
Yeah, leave it. We're gonna look at the other one. This.
Well, I was going to put the frame back in.
Oh no, leave it out. We might have to switch frames around.
Okay.
Nope. We could, if she's walking, you'll see her because she's got a pretty clear dot on her here. Look at this. Yeah, come on, get in the hive, would you? All right, John, pull one out there and let's see what we got.
That's all honey. Boy, look at how shiny that is.
Yeah.
Oop.
Go ahead and set it outside. There we
This one looks like it's pretty honey.
go. Let's see. And we got a third one with honey. That's about a half a frame of honey. Okay. No sign of the queen.
Oh no, that's more than, oh, half in
Yeah.
terms of one face. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some
There
brood.
she is, right there in the
Yep.
middle. See her, that fluorescent green dot?
You want to move her down?
Whoa. Let's see what the other side looks like. What do you think, Jim? Move it down?
Yep. Move it down.
Okay.
Set her in the middle.
Get it?
Set her right there, that's all. Okay, go ahead. Check your next frame there. I think you're out of brood there right now.
If there's more brood, we'll set it next to it.
No, there's not much there. Oh,
A little
yeah.
bit not worth taking down.
Next one is.
Yeah, but look at it, it's got a lot of honey on it too. So once she hatches this brood out, we can easily, that's a pretty good frame of brood.
Yeah.
And we can easily move that back up with the honey on it. It's got a substantial amount of honey on it. So, but she's doing a pretty good job. So we're gonna slip that right back in there. And you can put that in there.
Got it.
And this is the time of year where you're kind of maneuvering things around, trying to get the bees to do what you want them to do, and they're telling you they're not going to do it. So it's kind of the way it works. So it's always very frustrating to deal with it that way, but okay, let's look at this one. She didn't lay on that, did
No.
you? No.
Not that side.
Look at that, another little bit, but it'll hatch out here, see? Is there a larva in there? Nope.
Yep.
Yeah, just a few.
Set that one next to the other one that's got, yeah. There you go.
Okay,
That
there we
one.
go.
Oh.
We don't need to look at that outside one, it's a honey frame.
Oh.
So let's put it back together. That's pretty
Oh,
nice
yeah.
honey frame. They're just in the process of walking their way around capping. See the bees up at the top? They're starting to cap. See that? And let's rotate that. Reason I'm rotating that is to get the honey frame that's open in toward the middle of the hive. The outside is pretty well full, so let's put this one in next to it right there. There's nothing on but honey, so we're good. And we got one more over there we
Yep.
can put in.
I think it had some room.
It's got a little brood on it now.
So we'll put it.
Yeah, so
That's
we'll
actually.
yeah, put it right there. You want to give yourself plenty of room to slide them down in there. You don't pinch them or piss them off that way. You notice these are really super gentle. So now we're going to squeeze them together so we center the frames. And if you'll keep doing that, you'll have very little burr comb in your boxes. And we'll do this bottom one and put the strips back on it, and then we'll close this up. I hate to say this, but I'll just count it. The brood I'm counting now. 6.
And there were the ones up here.
All right. So this time of year, a lot of times the bees will hang down on the bottom of your second box when you set it in the lid like that. So always kind of keep an eye on that. You don't want to jam it down there and hurt anything. So sometimes I have to kind of lean it up and make it so the bees can fall off with a brush or something like that. John just got indoctrinated as a official
My hand
videotaper.
right on the damn bee.
Yep.
She
All
didn't
right.
like that.
Mark our lid and we're good to go. Now, this one is not even close ready for winter, okay? So we might end up having to feed it a little bit or bring in some frames of honey from somewhere else. We'll just see what we got.
So you said 6?
6 frames of brood. And we're about the same amount of bees.
Okay.
Yep. Now, it's interesting where I'm sitting here watching and I just watched 5 bees fly in with pollen in a matter of just seconds. They're just pouring in with pollen. And you saw where they were putting all that pollen on that one frame. They're just dumping it right in the middle of the bottom box. So not bad.
All right.
All right, that's a wrap.